Hey everyone, Rascal here, and welcome to my top 10 favorite Pokemon of, this time, Johto. Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal were the second generation, and a lot of people's first, as well as a lot of people's favorite generation. I'm going to admit I do like this generation. It is one of my top favorite, my second favorite actually, for the Pokemon games. My number one right now is Unova. Not Unova, yeah, Unova, Gen 5. Yes, no, I don't like Sinnoh. So let's get this list started with number 10. Number 10, Corsola. This Pokemon is most likely on the list because of Misty having it in the anime. But when I did catch it myself, I did like it. Again, one of the few Pokemon that could actually learn Ancient Power naturally. I think the only other Pokemon that comes to mind that could learn it naturally was Aerodactyl at the time. Also learning Recover, Miracle, and it was a Water Rock. Yes, it's a bad typing, but it was a pretty good wall for the new generation. And Gen 2 introduced the new Split, which took the special and split into two, special attack and special defense. So, which made it a little more balanced, but still. Corsola has a unique design. I do like it. Yes, I know it's just supposed to be a coral reefs come to life, but I still like it. It's kind of cute, and it had decent attack moves to help it out. Number 9 is P and Donphan. I like these two. P is really cute, and I didn't care that Ash had one. I actually owned one, and it really kicked ass. And when it involves into Donphan, it's just even better. They have a decent moveset. The design is pretty cool. It's a miniature elephant. Yes, I know. I'm not stupid. And they're just awesome in general because they actually are useful in the game as well. Donphan, like another Pokemon down this list, is the only other Pokemon that can learn Rollout naturally. One of the few that can learn Rollout naturally, I should say. It's really powerful, it's really speedy, especially for a ground type, and it's actually, like I said, useful in battle. Let's move on now to number 8. Number 8, Skarmory. If you're unlucky and don't find a Magnemite early, this will most likely be the first of the new types, a Steel type, you catch. Yes. If you haven't caught Magnemite early on after Goldenrod City, you will catch most likely this if you own Silver and have your first Steel type. Skarmory's unique typing as Steel and Flying makes it resistant to Ice type attacks, but more vulnerable and somewhat to Rock attacks, but has still its weakness to Electricity. Still, that's 2 weaknesses down. But it gained the weakness of Fire. Still, I like Skarmory's design here. I think it's meant to be a predatory bird. I'm not too sure which one. Probably some bird that's extinct because I know it has some ancient field design to it. Learning one of the few new attacks called Steel Wing, as well as actually being very good in battle also. Yes, this thing can kick pretty good ass back in Gen 2. Still can kick pretty good ass today. Like I said, good design, awesome, good variation of moves, awesome in battle. I still like this Pokemon even to this day. Moving on to number 7. Number 7, Sneasel. Yes, this Pokemon is on this list. First off, it's one of the new types, Dark. It's also have a combination of Ice, which is actually a decent combination. You have your resistance to your complete nullification of Psychic types, a resistance to you have a quad weakness though, unfortunately, to fighting, and well, that's bad. But still, I don't know how your rival managed to find one of these early on in the game, considering, it's only found on Mount Silver at the end of the game. Still, I like this Pokemon's design. Really cool, no pun intended. Very sinister looking, but as well as a mysterious look and feel to it. Its design-wise is actually pretty cool too. I like Sneasel, and it's staying here on this list. Number 6, Miltank. Yes, this Pokemon is on the list. Yes, this is nightmare fuel for most Gen 2 trainers when going up against Whitney. Look, ladies and gentlemen, it's not that hard to beat. I had no trouble beating it. Hell, I beat it even without the Machop. So yeah, Miltank is actually a very speedy Pokemon, though. This is what's surprising as all hell. It outspeeds most speedy Pokemons, almost every speedy Pokemon anyways. It's one of the few Pokemon that can learn Rollout like P and Donphan. And it's actually, just a cow with a weirder design. It could stand on its hind legs, which is not possible for a cow to do unless it's going to climb over something, but that's most likely the bull. Yeah, innuendo. Miltank is actually one of the most annoying Pokemons because Whitney, a lot of people remember it with Whitney. She used Rollout, Milk Drink to heal her Pokemon, and it just kept going. I do the same thing, actually. I use it as an Endure Reversal Milk Drink Pokemon in my competition when I did it back in Gen 2. Yes, this was hard to do, and I still did it today back in Gen 5. Miltank is very fast, very powerful, and annoying as all hell. People still have nightmares about this Pokemon. Moving on to number 5. Number 5 is Houndour and Houndoom. I actually like this Pokemon in the design-wise. Yes, it's a Hellhound. I know this. It's also a dark fire type, which is very good typing. It has typing coverage against a lot of Pokemon, except for fighting and, I believe, water, which is the only thing. But still. Design-wise, they're really cool. Like I said, it's a Hellhound. They have a decent move pool for Gen 2. As the generations went on, they got an even better move pool. The only thing I don't like about Houndour and Houndoom is that back in Generation 2, the only time you can get one was in Kanto, after you beat the Elite Four for the first time. This was annoying as all hell, and you can only catch it at night. But still, cool Pokemon nonetheless, even though it's blood warm. It's hot as all hell. Moving on to number 4. Number 4 is Heracross. Heracross is a bug fighting type, which, although weak to Psychic, was still one of the best Pokemon you can catch to fight Psychic and Dark type Pokemons. It learned one of the most unique attacks, Mega Horn. Unless you bred to another Pokemon, it was the only Pokemon that learned this technique naturally. Heracross is one of those few Pokemon that actually you have to go out of your way to kind of find. You gotta headbutt a tree to get it. It's not the only Pokemon that does this, but it's one of the, I think 2 only, that do this. No, 3 I should say, because you can find Hoot stuck in trees sleeping. Same thing with Heracross, during the day anyways. Heracross, yes, it's not that much of a unique design, it's just a beetle, but it has its own unique charm. Ash had one in the anime, and I think that's what a lot of people like, but also this Pokemon stat-wise and in battle was very, very good. Like I said, learning one of the most unique attacks, Mega Horn, the only thing that could probably kill Psychic-type Pokemons in a single shot, learning also Endure and Reversal. So this Pokemon really can kick ass when it needed to. Number 3 is Scizor, Scyther's evolution. Scizor is a bug steel type. Yes, it has a quad weakness to fire, but still, this Pokemon is awesome. Again, one of the few Pokemon learning one of the new attacks, Metal Claw, on natural leveling up, as well as being a cool design. Although Scizor is primarily a offensive Pokemon, believe it or not, this Pokemon is actually very fast. I had one back in my gold version, and it kicked ass. It stayed with me all the way to the battle with Red at the end. And I really like this Pokemon. Awesome design. Its claws look like it has heads of its own. And it's one of the evolution of one of the few Pokemon that was unique to a game, Red. Red version had Scyther, and it was unique to Den. But in Gold and Silver, you can catch it in the bug catching contest and evolve it to a Scizor as soon as you got the Metal Coat. Yes, it was a trade evolution, but still. Scizor is, like I said, awesome design, decent move pool, decent TM and HM learning capabilities, as well as one of the few steel Pokemon that have, one of the new type steel Pokemon. I really like this. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. It's not going to leave anytime soon. Number 2, Lepitar, Pupitar, and Tyranitar. Yes, this Pokemon is the teeny Dragonite of this generation. I actually like these guys better than Dratini, Dragonite, and Dragonite. Yes, you caught them only at the end of the freaking game in Silver at level 20, but still, it's still awesome. I like the design for all three. Yes, it's meant to be somewhat of a bug kind of thing. You would think catching it would be a bug type because, you know, it has a 3-stage evolution. Like, it has a Levitar state, which is a pun on its name, a Cocoon state, which is Pupitar, and then its final evolution, Tyranitar, which is awesome. For Levitar and Pupitar being a ground rock type is pretty cool, but then having Tyranitar evolve into a rock dark type, which made it one of the few new Pokemon with the new typing, was pretty damn cool. I actually like their move pool. Their TM and HM capabilities were decent, and they have a pretty cool design as well. Moving on to number 1. And my number 1 favorite for Johto is Espeon and Umbreon. 2 new EV evolutions, a Psychic type and a Dark type. Gold and Silver brought on a new evolutionary type. New evolutionary line besides, you know, they brought a new line of evolutions called Friendship Evolution. Friendship Evolution, what it did is that depending on the Pokemon's mood, you got it to evolve faster into the new Pokemon. Eevee, being very happy either during the day or night, evolved into one of these 2 Pokemon. Their designs are really cool. Their names are actually, I believe, come from the words Latin for, I'm not too sure. I forgot to check it up. I'll most likely put it in the description or during this video to what their names stand for. Well, Umbreon, Umbra meaning dark, and Espeon, Espio meaning a psychic. That's pretty much what it means. But still, I like these 2 Pokemon. They're the number 1 because not only are they EV evolution, Umbreon is one of the new dark types. Umbreon is very defensive, while Espeon's more offensive, which counteracts their evolution. Depending on which Pokemon you got, you can make if you got Umbreon, you can give it 3 moves and you would win the game. Mean Look, Toxic, and Moonlight, and you would never lose a freaking battle pretty much. And give it one little offensive type, you would never lose a freaking battle. And Espeon is, like I said, more offensive, so you can give it more offensive moves, but you can give it also Sunlight, which morning Sunlight, or I forget the name of the recovery move, and make it recover HP. It also learned to recover later on in later generations, I believe. Espeon and Umbreon, 2 new EV evolutions with an awesome concept. And there you have it, folks. My top 10 list for Pokemon Johto, Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Now, again, like I said, this is my list, my opinions. Your opinions can change. Please post your top 10 favorite Pokemon from Johto in the description below. I'll respect your list if you respect mine. Now, if you have any disagreements, say why. I'll understand. I'll respect that. But don't forget my top 10 list. Join me tomorrow as we go into Hoenn. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day or night.